Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. In our last episode we did a little bit of exploration while we let the space elevator collect its smart plating. So we're going to go out there and launch that into space, but I wanted to show a little bit of changes that I made here. This area here is where we had the existing hub and all the power and everything, and I ripped it all up and replaced it. We're now manufacturing biofuel somewhat automatically, with wood going in this box, leaves going in this box, and then them getting made into biomass and passed into this constructor, making biofuel. So we should hopefully have a large amount of biomass, or biofuel rather, once this all processes. I also went out and did a lot more chainsaw work, so I have obviously a lot of leaves and wood to be processed. In addition to that, I set up this neat row here of biofuel generators, biomass burners, that's what they're called, so that it's a little more organized in this original part of the base. And then the last thing that I wanted to show is, during the last episode when we did our exploration, we picked up a couple of hard drives and some other stuff as well. So I started a research of the hard drive, and I wanted to take a look here and see which recipe we might be interested in setting up. So the fused wire requires copper and deuterium. I don't really think that's that nice, because I mean it's 5 total ingots for 30 wire at 3, so it's 3 times the rate total. But at this point we don't need that much wire, and we don't have any deuterium hooked up, and it's just not that interesting to me, so I'm going to skip this one. Iron wire is interesting. It produces at a slower rate, but it uses iron instead of copper. We have 2 whole copper nodes, one we haven't even started touching yet, so I don't think this one's that interesting, at least at this point either. So that leaves this one. The standard recipe for frames here is 3 reinforced iron plates and 12 rods for 2 frames at a rate of 5 per minute for each machine. And this one is a rate of 2 per minute per machine. This one here is 3 plus 56 bolts, or screws, is 2 at a rate of 5 per minute. 56 screws is, let's see, that would be 14 rods compared to 12 rods, but the machine runs a ton faster. I think I'm going to take this one. It's a little bit more expensive on the iron front, and it also is a little more expensive on the power front because we need to make the rods into screws, at least for right now. If we end up getting the cast screw recipe, I think it is called, alternate blueprint, this might make a difference here. But at this point, I think I'll take this one and we'll just kind of save it for later, for lack of a better word. Okay, so let's confirm this recipe. We want to take this one. You gonna say something? Apparently not. Okay. Let's look at the alien organism research. I put those in the box. Be right back here. Put them in the box while I went to chainsaw action, and need to pick them back up again. Okay. Actually, before we do that, let's pick up the M.A.M. And let's put down some foundations here to kind of neaten this up a little bit. And that's good. So I think I mentioned early on that I did want to do this, just kind of eventually just level this off and into the dirt. And I hadn't done it yet because I was waiting till I built all this stuff. But now we've done it. Let's go find a place for the M.A.M. And I think a good place for that might just be... Well, I was originally going to put it here, but then I built this stuff here. So maybe we'll have to put it on this side of these belts, at least for now. I may eventually move that whole biomass making area up into here. But I didn't want to crowd it into the factory here when we could do other things with it. Okay, so let's go to alien organisms. And we need to research 10 of them for 3 seconds. So we'll do that. And we get the structural analysis thing. Let's see. Ooh, an extra hand slot for 5 of those carapaces and some wire. So that's a useful one. That's 5 minutes. The rebar gun could be useful, especially once we get to the finding some spitter enemies. So that could be useful. We can't do this one yet, and this one is locked, but it takes stators and crystal oscillators, and we don't have either one of those. We also haven't gathered any of these alien organs yet, because you get those from the spitters. So we're going to leave this tree for now, but remember that we can get this hand slot if we go pick up a little bit of wire. Deuterium. We did not collect enough deuterium on our exploration. But we know where there's a mine, so I think we'll probably start collecting that in the next episode. We'll see. Maybe yet this one, but definitely in the next one. Okay, so color gun we talked about a couple of episodes ago. I'm going to skip it for now, and then obviously that as well. We could do this fabric research. I do have a bunch of mycelia in the thing. We don't need the fabric yet, so I'm not super tempted for that. We could do this one though. We have, let's see, not very many, but some. Berries. Oh, we need to do this one as well. That's 3 minutes. Wait, where were we? Mycelia? Here, that's 3 seconds, so we'll go ahead and do that one. And that's just a pass-through thing, so we can get the inhalers, which we can actually afford now. It's a 10-minute research, but we can afford it. We just need the mycelia, which I have someplace. This is a 3-minute research. I'm not going to do it just yet. And then this one, we need to have some steel-based stuff. Power slugs. I need to go get some cable, and then we can research the power shard for the yellow. Actually, let's see what else we might have. Need cable. Could use a little bit more wire for the other one. Quartz. Did we gather enough quartz? I think I must have put it in the box. I think we have 10. So we'll go ahead and pick that up. And then sulfur. We need 50 sulfur and 50 coal. We don't have the coal yet, so we're not going to do that. Let's go over here, get 1,000 wire. Nope, let's change that. Wait a minute. That one and then this one there. Okay, good. Grab 1,000 wire and I think it was 100 cable. Must have been... What should we have? We have 26, so I'm going to grab a couple hundred cable. 1,000 wire. Because we'll need the cable anyway. And a couple hundred cable. And I'll go to the hub and grab the quartz out of the box. And that'll help with that one. What happened to my quartz? I could have sworn we picked up quartz when we were exploring. Did I accidentally throw it away? Go ahead and pick this up as well. I must have. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, let's build. I want to build a personal storage box here. Put in these. And these. And these. And then I want to research the power slug for 3 seconds. But we know where there's quartz, so we can go get some more. Okay. And then the next thing we need is the purple slug, which I don't have one yet. That's 3 minutes. I think the next thing we wanted to just go ahead and do is the other hard drive. So I'll scan that hard drive. Anything I wanted else to put in this box? I can put this yellow slug in there for now. Sort again. Bacon mushrooms, yes. Curium, yes. Kind of stuff that I want set aside for later research. Alright, so let's go over to the space elevator. Oops. Jump, jump, jump. It is finished. Okay. Steal the payload. And then send it into space. There it goes. Yay. Okay. So, now we can see we have unlocked tiers 3 and 4, and we can see what we need next. We need 500 of the smart platings that we're already making, plus 500 versatile frameworks, plus 100 automated wiring. Can I see those? No, because they're not. They're only visible in an assembler, presumably. So we don't have those recipes yet. And we just lost power. Alright, let's go feed some biofuel into the power, I assume. Check the power pole. Yeah, they fell off and somewhere, and now we have no power. I'm running kind of on the margin here, so that's what the problem is with that. But we have a lot of biofuel. So let's see. Let's look for the red ones first. If you look at the little indicators, there's one down there on that end. That might be the only one. It's actually right. Nope, there's 3 of them here on the end. Okay. You get a stack. And you get a stack. You know what? I probably didn't actually want to give them each a whole stack. You get 100. There we go. Pull that out of there. Feed it back in. Pull that out. Put that in. Yeah. That would have been a bad move. Because that one's about out. That one just ran out. This one's about out. And this one's about out. Okay, well that's all we have. And we need some for these kind of soon. So there's that. Let's go here to the hub terminal now, though. Good timing, I guess. We never did do the jump pad research. We could. I have almost everything we need for it here. We just need to get some plates and some more cables. But let's look at tiers 3 and 4. Coal power. That would be very good. We need to find coal, but this will let us scan for it, so that's useful. Vehicular transport, the tractor and the truck station. Those would also be somewhat useful. The tractor more for driving around than anything else. I'm not sure if I'll do the vehicle-based or the land vehicle. No, not land vehicle. The wheeled vehicle. Well, whatever. I might wait until rails. Is what I'm trying to say. And then steel production would also be useful, but we need coal before we can make steel anyway. But there's where we get the versatile frameworks. So it's going to take us to get to there before we can actually make those things. Finally, advanced steel production. We need steel before we can do advanced steel. But that gives us Miners Mark II, which means that they produce twice as much per mine, which is quite useful. Xenobasher is high on my list. In fact, it might be the first thing I do in tiers 3 and 4. Hypertubes are awesome, except that they also require steel, and I think they require steel to make as well. So that's below steel on the priorities. And then conveyors, Mark III, stackable pipelines, and industrial storage are all requiring steel pieces here. So, or to research, I should say, so we have to wait for that anyway. I think we do this one. Let's go gather. Well, let's do this first. Those go. Those go. Okay. Now we know what we need to collect from the. Actually, all we need is stuff from over here, from the various storages, and we can get our laser sword. So once the space elevator has the 500 smart platings, we can deconstruct that component. 1, 2, 3, I guess. And then this requires 200, so we'll take the 200 we need. That way we have a bit left over for... Wait, doing something else require some cable that we were going to look at researching? I think so. Let's take a couple hundred more. I can always leave it in the box here if it's too much in my bag. I think something else that we wanted required 150, but I don't remember what that one thing was. And we may need to go get some more iron parts too. I think maybe iron plates or something. But let's pull this one first. There, there, and there. And launch.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided an improved Xeno Zapper with increased strength and range.
Yes. Okay. We could just do the jump pads just to get it done. But I think whole power might be the better option to do first. Let's go ahead and select that milestone. I can feed into it. Oh, we can't feed anything into it yet. That'll basically starve us out of our cable, and we need 150 reinforced iron plates. So I want to get those. That's not going to be back for, no, a little over 2 minutes, so that's just the right amount of time to run and get this stuff. And we'll grab a couple hundred more plates too, because I think whatever it was we wanted could use those. Or whatever it was. Yeah, these aren't producing very fast anymore. Let's see. You are here? Oh, we do not have many. Do we have enough? 143. We do not have enough. And they're being taken out as soon as they're getting put in. That's not great. Because they're all going to making the smart plating. Let me see if I can disable something here. Not a belt there to disable, not a belt there. Maybe I just disable this belt. Let's just take this belt out. Yeah, look, rotors are all backed up. The reinforced iron plates, not so much. Not so much. Well, I'll let them back up a little bit, and we'll come back for that one. Let's go back to the hub. Whee! I guess I should have put the hub near the space elevator. That would have been smart. In retrospect, I guess I could move it as well, but... see what else we wanted to do. Vehicular transport, maybe. I guess we can just do this one. Yeah, let's just do this one. Just to get it done. That way it's out of the way, because here comes the pod back. This game has some really cool animations. I really like, you know, the whole constructing of the elevator and then even the launch of the elevator platform. This coming back, even, you know, the landing sequence at the beginning, all that stuff. They've really done a good job, I think, of doing some of those animations. Let's see, those guys, these guys, and these guys. Okay, and that's a 4 minute.
Several buildings aimed at factory traversal can now be accessed in the build menu. Caution is recommended during use of these products.
Up you go. Okay. I want to build a Xenobasher, by the way, which requires modular frames times 5. And of course another Xeno Zapper, which we can build the Xeno Zapper easily enough. But the modular frames times 5, not so much. Yeah, that we're going to need some more of the reinforced iron plates at. Did I put any of those in here by chance? No, I did not. Is this done? By the way, this hard drive. It is done. Excellent. Deuterium wire. Not very interested in that, because that returns deuterium into regular wire, and as I mentioned before, we have plenty of copper for what we need. Let's see. Iron wire again. Other than it being a more... That's not more efficient recipe. I don't like it. I mean, I'll take this one if over this one, but let's look at the fused quick wire. Oh, we don't know what the regular quick wire recipe is right now. Of course not. But the fact that this takes a small amount of deuterium and adds a bunch of copper to it to make quick wire is very tempting. It is also tempting because we have 2 normal deuterium veins. I didn't really go over this, and actually I was asked in a direct message in my Discord if I would go over this, so I will now, because now's a good time. This iron node that's down here that we're mining is pure. What that means is with a level 1 miner, Mark 1 miner, it produces 120 iron ore per minute. If this were a normal iron node, it would produce 60. And if it were a impure iron node, it would produce 30. Now, I'm not 100% positive, but I believe that is the truth for all nodes, that they produce that amount regardless of what the resource is, at least for the ore nodes. Maybe in oil might be different, but at least for solid materials. So because those 2 deuteriums out there are normal, that's only a total, with Mark 1 miners, it's only a total of 60 each, so 120 total deuterium, which isn't a lot compared to the amount of copper we have, because the amount of copper we have is, I believe, it's 2 pure nodes, so that's 240 copper. And then there's more copper, I think, also somewhat nearby. So I think that makes this recipe a good choice. At least it's no worse than taking this one, as far as my interest in it, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Okay, there's that. So we can't do... We can do... We actually got the stuff for this one. That's what we got the stuff for. Take that, and we can research and get an expanded tool belt, which gives us an extra slot here in our hand. Actually, it's already here. It's interesting. Let's see. I'm going to put the scanner, I think, there, because we should use that scanner more often. And I heard that come back for the hub. And so what do we want to take? Oh, we were waiting for reinforced iron plates and rotors, and now we need more cable. Okay, well, let's go and gather materials. Hopefully we have some decent amount of reinforced iron plates. We'll see. And the crazy thing with this is, like, we're only using... I think we're not even using the entirety of this copper. Yeah, see, it's pausing. So we're not even using all the copper at this point. How much copper we have, or wire? We have plenty of wire. Let's grab 1, 2, 3. I'll grab... Well, let's put this back. Take a whole nother one. That we have... no, I think I'll just take... I'll keep 200. It's 300 plus 200. I'll keep the 200. By the way, I'm using shift-click for that. That lets you put in whatever it is you're clicked on, the stack you're clicked on. Control-click puts in all of the item that stack is. That's probably the last of the smart plating going across the belt there, because we cut off... No, there's more still. So there must have been a decent amount in the... Oh, there probably was a decent amount. I should have come over here and checked. Because we had backed up... Oh, wow. Yes, there's a decent amount. Let's pull these all out of here, actually. Because there's probably even some still on the belt. Maybe? Nope, not anymore. But there was probably some on some of the belts. Yeah, there was just a couple. So I can turn this belt back on now. Mark 1 belt. And we'll let these guys start flowing again. We only saved up 40 anyways, so it's not a big deal. But we just stole 200, so that's a big deal. I should have thought about that because those machines got backed up in the interim since the space elevator finished, and they hadn't worked through their backlog just yet. And there was enough on the belts to fill up the backlog. Okay, that's still scanning or running whatever it is we did that I've just already forgotten about. But let's do this. Just 150 though. I forgot to grab the rotors. Alright. Quick cut here so you guys don't have to watch me run all the way back. And I'm back. And I have the requisite rotors. And of course we have the cable. And now we have coal power.
Milestone reached. Coal is an improved alternative power source to biomass and can be fully automated if provided water with the new pipeline buildings and power throughout the initial setup. Coal has been added to the resource scanner. Note: ensure the close proximity of water to the coal production line. Note: pumps will aid in vertical transport of fluids through pipes. Note: throughput and volume indicators are added to each pipe section automatically.
So coal's a decent distance away. Apparently only in that one direction. So that's where we're going to have to set up coal mining. I wonder if there's any iron in that direction as well to make steel related stuff. Let's see. Yeah, well, we know there's iron here. Okay, there is iron nearby where that coal was in that direction. And then there's iron way over there, so we don't want that one. So we may end up setting up steel production in that general vicinity over there. It just really depends on how much coal and how much iron is over there. And I don't want this, actually. Can I queue? Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, okay. What else did I want to make? Oh, I wanted to make the Xeno Basher. So we need 5 modular frames. Now, one of the things with the special recipes is, the alternate recipes, is you can no longer make them in the craft bench. The only ones you can make here are the defaults. So what actually I want to do, potentially, let's go look at a power pole or a generator. Do I have enough power to set up an assembler? I do. Let's set up, do I have power access here someplace? Yes, I do. Let's set up an assembler here. Look, a water extractor. We're going to have to play with this stuff. Coal generators. Pipeline supports. Pipeline junction cross. Pipeline pumps. Okay, this is going to be some fun. That'll have to be soon. Industrial fluid buffer. Buffer tanks. And this is the jump pad stuff we got. The jelly pads are amusing. You basically jump down into it and it catches you and doesn't let you die, hopefully. Okay, assembler. That's what we're doing. Power. Here. And I want to make alternate bolted frames because I want to burn through some of these screws that I have here. That'll make 3. And we ran out of power. Probably because these guys here ran out of biomass. Oh, look, we have lots of biomass now. There. Actually, we peaked, but we could have peaked here. Not even noticed. Yeah. Because these went down a long time ago, but we just didn't need them. Alright, so we're making... let's see. Guess I can split these a few times. Because I only want to feed... We needed 5. So I only want to feed 6 more in. There we go. That'll be good. Sort to restack. Need to get rid of that limestone at some point. Maybe next time I pick up limestone I can remember to feed that in. Okay, so... I could just throw it away too. For 31 limestone, you know what? Trash. Who cares? I might have done that with the quartz by accident, actually. Now that I think about it. I want to get this... Oh, these make 2 each. Well, we're going to have extras, which will be fine. Because we'll need them eventually, I'm sure. Okay. I need to take this one out of my hand. And now we have everything we need. And I can craft it. You have to hold it down, Wally. Alright. And that is the Xenobasher. So now... tab, not Q. Put that here. And the animation. Oops. I scrolled my key. Okay. So this is basically like some version of a laser sword. It is much better at killing things than the Xeno Basher. Wait, this is Xeno Basher. The other thing, whatever it's called. The Xeno Zapper was. Because it's got a little bit more range, and yeah. So it's a better weapon to use when you are. The problem is it takes up a little bit more of the screen real estate, which that's unfortunate, but it's a much better weapon to use when you need it. Okay, so this is done. Yeah, this is done. So let's take that up. No sense in leaving it there. What else is done? Pod's coming back yet. 3 more minutes. This is probably done. Yep. Expanded tool belt. Finished. Wait, did that mean...
Tool belt has been expanded.
Thank you, Ada. That was brief. Oh, so we had 3. Now we have 4. Well, I guess the chainsaw's going to have to go there now. This we could do, but I'll wait. I think rebar gun. And then, of course, the spiked rebars are a boosted ammo. That we can't do. That we can't do. We need a little bit more. So I think what I will do before the next episode is I will go out to the Caterium and belt up. I'll probably merge them into one belt and belt that up here. And I think I'm going to plan on bringing it up here alongside of the copper mine somewhere here. Yeah, I think I'll bring it up here. And through this valley here. And we can set the Caterium wire up around in this area someplace. And that may or may not even include using some of this copper. Actually, it probably will include using some of this copper ingots to do that alternate recipe. But we'll see once we have the Caterium. So, that's it for now. And thank you all for joining me. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.